that is so similar. It turned out to be the Korean elements of the Korean girl group Ive New District and the product of thousands of years of Chinese culture. The facts about this Ive return to cultural appropriation. As a Chinese, I have a lot to say. At best, South Korea helps spread Chinese culture. At worst, South Korea is simply a robber. Go ask your non-Korean Asian friends. Why do you say that South Korea enjoys the name of cultural thief in East Asia? This year, South Korea's narrow national concept and its cultural appropriation tactics have been well known in East Asia in order to ensure that non-East Asian cultural groups are not taken advantage of by Korean cultural appropriation when they follow the pop trend, and to defend the right of each ethnic group to their own unique culture, taking the cultural appropriation of the IMV as a typical example. South Korea's cultural plagiarism of other East Asian countries is illustrated. The first is about the most obvious Chinese knot element. Oh my God. We put a picture above, which shows that the Korean knot worn on the Ive head is almost exactly the same as the Chinese knot. It's okay to think that there is still a difference. In fact, Chinese knots are not only like this, In fact, Chinese knots are not very rigid in color and style, as long as it is a regular pattern compiled based on the knot method in the two pictures above. It is a Chinese knot. Also culturally similar East Asian countries. Japanese knots and Chinese knots have obvious differences in preparation methods and shapes. On the other hand, the Korean knot can be said to be almost indistinguishable. The so-called difference in official information is that the rope is tighter than the Chinese knot. You must know that many ethnic groups used knots to remember things in ancient times. But not every ethnic group can develop its own unique knot style. At least 2,500 years of history. Secondly, the fan. It can be seen that there is no difference in shape from the Chinese flying fairy fan. In fact, the prototype of the Faxian fan, the Poo fan, is the most traditional and widely used fan in China, and it also had a twin brother, the banana fan, as the magic weapon of the Rakshasa girl in the Chinese mythological novel Journey to the West. South Korea, on the other hand, does not have any innovation in the production and design of the fan, but simply uses the original Chinese cooling tools. And the Faxian fan is a unique fan shape in China. Why is it called showing the beauty of Korea? Then the sun pattern. Draw it. Everyone should be able to see it. Plus girls dancing around. It's more like, but the pattern of the Chinese sun god bird is actually a cultural relic unearthed from the Jinja a few years ago. It's a symbol of a city. It's almost 3,000 years old. For China, this solar bird is like a pyramid for Egypt. One of the symbols of a slight ancient civilization in the past, nothing to do with Korea. In terms of patterns, there are also these.
方胜纹、荷花纹、铜钱纹。
These are the most classic and common patterns in traditional Chinese patterns. In particular, the copper coin pattern, whose prototype is square hole copper coins. There is no doubt that the Chinese began to mint and use this copper coin in large quantities before 2000. The appearance of copper coin pattern even predates the use of copper coins on the Korean peninsula. Let's take a look at the most iconic auspicious cloud pattern in Chinese painting. From beginning to end, the auspicious cloud pattern has never been shared with any country. Chinese auspicious cloud patterns are the same as Chinese knots, characterized by elegance and agility. Compared with the Japanese usually painted yosha, obvious style differences can be seen. Compare the cloud sample and auspicious cloud pattern in the MV again. It can be said very clearly that this is the auspicious cloud pattern. But let's talk about mountains that shouldn't be here. The shape and style of this mountain are too similar to the style of old Chinese cartoons and traditional Chinese simple meticulous landscape paintings. In addition, this magnificent and sublime landform has only partial landforms. Set and distinct art style is only available in the Shanghai Art Film Studio. Just like Chinese animation can be recognized at a glance. Let's see what karst landforms look like. But in Korea, there is no karst landform. So where is the real prototype of that mountain? If it is not for the reference to Chinese aesthetics, it is absolutely impossible to have such a landscape in Korea. But if it is for the reference to Chinese aesthetics, why do Koreans insist that this is the Korean style? This is a long-planned robbery. Now, about the silhouette. The picture shows the shadow play, which is a Chinese intangible cultural heritage. South Korea is not without similar entertainment bias. South Korea has screenplays. The only difference between screenplays and shadow puppets is that the characters in screenplays are relatively clever and feel for yourself how similar it is. Koreans obviously have something that they don't own, but Koreans lose it, and instead blur the boundaries with other cultures. Homeflowers do not have the fairs of wildflowers. Koreans love to encroach on things that do not belong to them. And finally, costume design. Old Beijing embroidered shoes. Chinese buckle. Chinese traditional blue dye printing. Being Chinese is really hard not to feel overly solar. Please note that I will expose the evil deed of the modest this time. This artist had traveled to Beijing, China, to study Chinese ink painting, but later, the royal painter was interested in downplaying the traces of China on the homepage. Radically, the homepage clearly painted Chinese landscape paintings, but there was no trace of China on the homepage, until it said Korean landscape paintings. What a disgusting behavior. Now, the artist has legally deleted all posts about China, but it was just one of the things she did. And the most unbearable was, the artist told her about the cultural relics unearthed from the tomb of Mrs. Shinji in China. The cultural relics are T-shaped silk paintings covered on the coffin, which symbolized bliss habitat. However, the artist erased the Chinese logo and pasted it into a piece of clothing, claiming it was its own originality. So disrespectful to the deceased, it is spurned. In conclusion, we state a few points. First, we do not object to other countries using Chinese elements. We only hope that when it comes to Chinese unique culture, we can tell others loudly that this is Chinese culture, rather than by others to think that Chinese culture is other people's culture. Second, we know that the cultures of the East Asian cultural circle are similar, and there must be overlaps and similarities between countries. But we do not accept the excessive use of overlapping similar cultures without explanation, which will inevitably lead to cultural confusion. We hope that all countries will maintain a sense of boundaries and avoid being hurt. Third, South Korea has its own unique culture. In fact, there is no need to confuse other people's cultures. South Korea has one culture and Korean dance, both of which are very famous and excellent. I hope South Koreans can dig deep in their own unique culture. Stop staring at China. Fourth, ordinary and normal Chinese people have never had the idea that the world belongs to China. The Chinese have never said that Jesus is Chinese. It is impossible to know your feet. Please don't believe it when you see such rumors. Chinese culture has not disappeared. The cultural fire is passed down from generation to generation. Please don't spread rumors. The Chinese culture has disappeared. Thank you all for seeing this. Finally, I hope everyone cannot be troubled by cultural appropriation. Carry forward and create their own country's culture. It is impossible to know your feet. Please don't believe it when you see such rumors. Chinese culture has not disappeared. The cultural fire is passed down from